Hi, everyone. This is Diana Palm, the Love Witch. Welcome to another episode of the Mind's Journal. Today, I'm going to be discussing with you spirit guides and going live to answer your questions and about spirit guides and what they're here for, what they help you with, what kinds of spirit guides there are, all about spirit guides. So, welcome. Now, there's a really important message I'd like to first bring up, and that is that we have specific spirit guides coming in right now for us that have been coming in since the upsurge of COVID. So, since 2020, we've been having new spirit guides assigned to us that are specifically here to help us through these more challenging times than what we may have lived through in the past. So it's important that you know you're not alone, that you can get spiritual support, that you are already thought of, that there is help around you. And I would like to help you be able to tap in with that energy, that helpful divine guidance, the support in the spirit world, so that you can more easily navigate for yourself different changes that are occurring, how to get through things, how to make different decisions, because things are changing. We are in a spiritual awakening. We are going through many, many changes on earth, and it does require more spiritual support, more inner guidance. A lot of our systems have been crumbling. A lot of things are still continuing to change. And I believe this will continue to change and evolve as we move forward. And this is why it's so very, very important for each individual to be able to really tune in to their own divine guidance, to their own team of spirit guides, because a lot of other things are breaking apart and not really the same solid structures that we're used to going to for that kind of spiritual support. So let's talk about spirit guides. Many people ask me, what are spirit guides? And to put it simply, they are spiritual beings, they are guardians, they are guides that bring us that kind of clarity, comfort, support, and wisdom. They're here to guide you through your life. But many people have trouble connecting with their spirit guides. Some people don't believe in them. Some people have amazing relationships with them. And I want to get you to that side. I want to get you really comfortable with your team and also let you know, yes, you do have a team. You have a spirit guide team. Now, spirit guide teams are made up of many different types of energies. Sometimes we have spirit guides that are loved ones that we lost in this lifetime. So they could be our ancestors. There are also spirit guides that have been with us in past lifetimes where we have been very, very tightly bound to them. They're part of our soul family, and where we come into different incarnations, either both in the physical or one in the physical and one in the spirit world. But that bond is still there, and that dedication and commitment and soul contract still continues. So, some of your spirit guides you have very deep, very eternal relationships with. And that's why you can trust the guidance from your spirit guides. They do have your best interest at heart. Some spirit guides may be your angels, other ascended masters that you feel very called to. You know, if you're Christian and you pray to Jesus or any of the saints, some of those may actually become part of your spirit guide team. Or perhaps you're drawn to them because they already are part of your spirit guide team. It's also possible to have animal totems as part of your spirit guide team. And I love that because some of us feel very drawn to work with certain specific animals, or every time we're going through a life cycle change, certain animals will pop up. And it's a reminder, they're messengers. And sometimes they are big life guides for us. I know personally, I started working with the hawk about, oh my gosh, about 25 or 30 years ago. And I was one of the last to know that the hawk had chosen me. Everyone else would recognize the hawk was with us every single time we left the house or went driving somewhere. And it continues to this day. And it was really, the hawk came into my life when I was really opening up a lot of my mediumship abilities and purposefully stepping into that line of work and working with more clients professionally. So the hawk definitely represented that type of energy for me. And then about 10 to 15 years ago, the raven began coming into my life. And really, another level of my own work with crossing over, clearing hauntings, and that type of work. And it was so fitting. If you look up the meanings of hawk and raven, you'll see how they help spiritually. And I love for people to have resources like this. You can simply Google it. If you have kind of an idea of what animals you're drawn to, or which ones come to you out of nature or that you see in specific pivotal points in your life, you can actually Google that and find out what the spiritual meaning of that animal is and see if that resonates with you, because I bet you'll find that that animal is very significant to you, to help you and guide you with its meaning and message as you move through certain life situations. Now, people ask me, like, how can I get more connected with my spirit guides, and when do I know that they're around? How do I communicate with them? And I love to teach people how to do this, because it is your divine right. It really truly is. It's your divine right to be able to connect with your spirit guide team. This is your support system. You came in to this earth. You may have thought you came in alone, but you did not. At no point in your life have you ever been alone. And I think that's really important to remember. We came in with our designated team. It's a soul contract. Now, we have certain guides that come in with us. And as we move through life and we get different lessons and we evolve and we have different needs occurring in our life, we get different assignments. So, our spirit guide team will come in and shift. Some of them will say, oh, my lesson with you is over. You've gotten the lessons, you've reached your mark. Now it's time for the next level spirit guide. And basically, that's a lot of what's going on right now in 2022. We're seeing a big transition with new spirit guides coming in. Now, I've been teaching for a long time, and I know that when we go through a dark night of the soul, when we are really, really challenged with a lot of loss, a lot of change, significant change in our life, that we do get new angels. So we also have guardian angels are different than the other angels that come in as spirit guides. We all have guardian angels as well. So you will have a shift in your guardian angels when you're going through very, very difficult, challenging times, especially if it's a dark night of the soul where you really are feeling without hope and you're feeling very isolated and you're questioning, what am I even here for? And is anything going to ever get better, when you're really feeling depleted and really stretched spiritually? So if you've gone through that, trust that you have already been assigned new guardian angels. Now, you can add to that team by adding on more angels to your spirit guide team, and they will continue to work with you and help you shift the energy that you've been going through. Many people that I work with, they tend to get stuck in the energy of grief, in the energy of loss, or really in the energy of fear. And I am actually connecting with a lot of people lately that are really fearful about life circumstances, global events. And this is why it's so very, very important for you as an individual to really connect with your spirit guide team. Help them cleanse your emotions of fear out of your body. What I guide people to do is, rather than looking at the global events that are inducing a lot of fear and panic and lack and loss, work on your own vibration. Allow this opportunity for to be something for you as an individual, because this is the best way that you can help the masses, that you can help the world. Many people don't realize that one person holding a very high vibration in love can influence tens of thousands of others. And this is where we find all the solutions. So, this is what can elevate other people, decision makers, politicians, our global leaders, to higher levels where they can come to better solutions for the overall masses. So you do your part. You do your part by connecting to your spirit guide team and asking them to help heal the fear within you, help you release that, help you get into a higher love vibration, a more harmonious energy, and to maybe show you anywhere within yourself that you still need to heal so that you can reach those higher vibrations within yourself and contribute to the masses of more light here on earth. And really, that's what your spirit guide team is here for. But one thing that people don't realize is that spirit guides can come and introduce themselves to you automatically, but many times it takes you asking. So, the very part of you being willing to receive help and guidance, the very desire for you to connect with your special, unique spirit guide team, this is what will start that conversation and that connection so that you can grow in your relationship with them. The best way that I find to do this is just through simple meditation, where just close your eyes, tune out your thoughts, be receptive, and you can even just listen to white noise. You can listen to birds singing outside, but just turn the radio off, turn the TV off, unplug from social media. Just sit in quiet, sit in silence. And if you have repetitive thoughts that keep coming around and around that are blocking your ability to hear, try to just be in a state of receptivity. Don't judge that pattern. Don't judge the looping thoughts. Just try to create more space in there where you're receptive. Sometimes it helps to just ask a question like, are you with me? And then when you are in the energy of listening, and you're being receptive to hearing, there's kind of this open space where you actually will be very receptive and where you often will get the answers. You may hear them, you may feel them, you may see them, or your spirit guides may actually come in later and give you signs and symbols that, yes, they are around, and yes, they were with you. Yes, they heard you. And yes, they are on task and they're willing to help you through whatever you're going through in life. Um, let's see here. So, meditation, that's number one. If you do it, if you're an avid professional meditation person, but I work with a lot of people who are really like, I don't have time to meditate. I don't know how to meditate. It's okay. Anytime you can just sit quietly and be receptive. You can also receive a lot of information from your spirit guides just by going out in nature, connecting with the earth, going for a hike, going for a walk, just being quiet and receptive. So if you tend to walk with like a walking buddy or an exercise companion, this would probably prohibit you from listening to your spirit guides because you'll be involved in conversation. Now, when we're talking with people, when we're being active, we're actually in the beta brainwave. But what we want to do is get more receptive, more relaxed, more into the theta brainwave, where we allow this receptivity. It's a slower brainwave where we're not trying to get things done and we're not thinking and we're not talking. We're just maybe going through the motions of a hike alone and just walking on the rocks and taking in the environment and the nature and looking around, being very present. This is a way to get into a theta brainwave where you actually are very, very receptive to your own spirit guide team. The other way is to lay in the bathtub. Being in water is very conductive. It's a conductive energy. It helps bring in more energy. So it allows you to be more receptive to any messages that you would be getting from your spirit guides. So you can actually put that intention out there, fill up the bathtub, ask for your spirit guides to come in and introduce themselves, to give you knowledge, to let you know who they are. And then when you get in the tub, just lay there and close your eyes and just allow things to come to you. Allow ideas to come rushing into your mind, and whatever you receive when you're in there, you can actually pretty much guarantee that it is your spirit guides. You'll know the difference because if you ever feel, hear, or think anything negative, that is not your spirit guides. Your spirit guides are divine and they're here to help you have a better life and a more peaceful life. So they will never give you negative information about anybody or any situation. So that's the number one thing that will help you discern if it's an actual spirit guide or some random spirit from wherever. So when you are in the bathtub and you're asking for your guide, when they come in, their messages will be loving, they will be guiding, and they will bring you peace. Some people can actually hear them, and some people just kind of feel guided in a certain way, like they may have a new idea or a new emotion come up to the surface, and then they follow through with it and they find that that was actual guidance. I like to tell people to look for signs and symbols and ask your spirit guide team to provide them for you, because this can really help you build that trust in that relationship with them. So, in terms of signs and symbols, I would look for numbers, certain names, songs. Symbols could be like hot air balloons, or if you're wondering, oh, I think I have a Native American spirit guide with me. I would like to have validation to this. I think the name might, I think it's something that flies. I'm not sure what it is. Then pay attention to the birds that come around you in the following couple days. Your spirit guides will do everything they can to send you signs and symbols from the nature world. They will also provide songs for you or bring your awareness to people talking in conversation where a certain name really stands out, and your ears will perk up and you'll think, oh my gosh, I think that's my spirit guide's name. The repetitive numbers, they could be any of the angel numbers. It could be 777 on a license plate or 444 on the clock. Anything that is repetitive and synchronistic for you could very well be your spirit guide team providing messages for you, letting you know they're on it, they're with you, and they're helping you. um, okay, I'd like to open this up for questions. And if anybody has questions, let me know. Let's see here. Some other spirit guide signs might be feathers. They could be finding coins. Um, Dreams. Oh, many times your spirit guides will actually come to you in a dream and introduce themselves. You might feel a new energy or a new presence in your life. And often this comes with a shift of your own consciousness when you've reached a new level in your life, when you've maybe left your own patterns and roles behind and started a new venture in life. This is definitely going to call in higher guides for you. They will want to take this next journey with you. And whenever you're brave enough and courageous enough to start up something new and to start a new energy in your life, you will magnetize new spirit guides specifically for that goal. Now, I didn't know if I mentioned this, but we also have spirit guides that help us with our divine path and our soul purpose. So, if you have a calling to work with people, let's say in the healing arts, you will get specific spirit guides that will help you with that. They will bring forward ancient knowledge and information for you to be able to work with others and help them heal. If you're feeling called to music, your spirit guide team will be musicians, composers, writers, songwriters, whatever it is that is in that genre. And you can actually call in more if you feel like you would like to change up your work. Let's say you've been associated with a certain type of music, and all of a sudden you're like, I've been doing that for so many years. I think I'd like to try this type of music. Boom, that signifies a change. And believe me, your spirit guide team is on it. But you can also be very specific in asking other professionals, people who have lived on earth, who have mastered that. You can connect with their energy and call them in to be part of your spirit guide team. You're not taking their time and attention away from anyone else they're helping, because once in the spirit world, they're multifaceted. They can be with many people at the same time. So there's no shortage, there's no lack, there's no competition. You can literally call in anyone that you want to, that you feel would help you with what your soul feels called to do. And I think that's wonderful. I mean, you can call in Einstein, Picasso, or whoever you feel drawn to, whoever you admire their work, whoever was a master at what they did in life. You can ask them to be one of your spirit guides and start receiving that kind of wisdom and knowledge that they mastered when they were living. I love that. I call in spirit guides all the time. And in fact, if you're a person that does mediumship work, you can call in your mediumship guide. We all have a guide that assists us and helps us with our spiritual calling, our spiritual work. And it doesn't matter what religion you are, what background you have, we all have access to them, and they're all a little bit different. When I began really doing my mediumship, a new spirit guide came in and began working with me. And it is a Native American guide who I had a past life with. And immediately he came to my side. So every time I do mediumship readings, this particular guide comes to me. But also, they arrange things on the other side. They arrange the spirits that they send to me for help when I cross over. They arrange people that come to me for help with healing. They've also helped me open up some of my own abilities by leading me to the right teachers, courses, um, by helping me shift the chemistry within my own body, heal what I needed to. So I gained more wisdom and more sight spiritually. So your guide helps with many things. And if it's something like money, you can definitely call in your spirit guide team to help you with more money, helping you change careers. Your spirit guides want to see you succeed. They want to help you empower yourself. And yes, we are supposed to be abundant. We are supposed to enjoy our life here. It's not supposed to be easy. We're here for challenges, we're here to find solutions. But this is how you can call in your spirit guides to help you. You can simply lay down in bed at night and just call them in, even if you don't know their names. You can just simply say, all right, everybody, I really need some help and support. Come in full force. Let me know you're with me and give me all the signs. And then see what happens in the next 24 hours because when they're on it, they're on it. You're going to notice some strange things happening in your environment. And then as you move forward, you'll be able to more closely identify which, who's who, what they specifically help you with, and how they individually send you different signs and symbols. Um, okay, yeah, new pathways. Let me see. I've taken notes to make sure that I cover what I want to with spirit guides because it is a large topic and, like I said, timely. The other thing I would like to mention is that a lot of people have been really struggling for the past couple of years with so many transitions, so many challenges, and so many losses. And that can leave people feeling defeated. That can leave people feeling hopeless at times. And I want to let you know that you came here specifically to be here throughout this experience. Sometimes that's hard to hear because many people will say, why would I choose this time? Why would I want to be here for all of these global changes and all the different stressful things that people have been living through? But the truth is, you did. Your soul chose this. That means you have tremendous willpower, tremendous wisdom within you to find solution, to hold your vibration, to be an inspiration, to ride this out, to be part of the change, to be here during this time. It's significant and it's purposeful. So this means you have specific spirit guides with you on assignment that were on standby waiting for this time frame to occur that you signed up for, that you had a contract for, that you chose to be a part of. And then your spirit guide team merged. They came in with you. So if you're one of those people that have been experiencing a lot of changes of thoughts, of relationships, of jobs, this may be partially because your spirit guide team came in to help you through this change. So they knew this was coming up for you. They knew how this would impact you, and help was called in. So I think that's really important to know because, like I said, a lot of people have been really struggling and not knowing how to get their bearings. They question everything that they've known from before this time period. And it is by divine timing that you're here, that you have been here to go through it, and that your reason for being here is significant to the overall. And I think that's really important. And that's why I love it that you're here to learn how to connect with your spirit guide team to strengthen you and give you this guidance that you seek to get through these times and to make really amazing choices for yourself. Some of the takeaways are, as we're experiencing a lot of loss, and I have personally as well. My father just passed of COVID in December, just this past December. So, I've had a lot of grief and loss too. We all are on many different levels. And what I can say is that connecting with my spirit guide team and knowing that I'm not alone, knowing that I'm not grieving alone, knowing that I'm not um, on my own to go through these challenges, I think that's very, very important because oftentimes, and even with the pandemic or isolation, or, when there's a flare up of COVID and people aren't there to support each other personally, it's really, really important for you to know. I think the most important thing for you to know, you aren't alone, no matter where you are, no matter if you're isolated, no matter if you look completely alone physically, you are never, ever alone. So start talking out loud to your spirit guides. Allow them to come forward. Allow them to help you and assist you. Allow yourself to feel supported by them. Allow yourself to just tune in and feel their love and their guidance for you. This is really pivotal. This is kind of a game changer because if you knew that you are never really alone, that it was impossible for you to be alone, and that you don't need to seek guidance and support from living humans or feel disappointed if they're not able to give it to you because you've got your team. Your team is in spirit. Your team is your spirit guide team, and they are always with you. So I hope that this helps you. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'd like to share. Um, hmm. Yeah, if you have a large purpose in life, by the way, some people ask how many there are, and it's unlimited. Sometimes people have right around seven. I would say the average person has around six or seven spirit guides at all times, but they change shifts. So as you reach different plateaus or different levels in your life and you lose some, new ones step in at that point. However, if you have a large mission, if you have a huge soul path and soul purpose, you will have an enormous entourage of spirit guides and guardians that will be helping you with your work. And it's funny because many people don't know that, and I think that's sometimes where the ego can get involved, and they think that they're doing all this wonderful stuff, and it's true, they're showing up to do it, but really they're getting pushed by this enormous power in spirit. Their team is supporting them in a very unique way, so there's no time for ego or anything like that. It's like we're all in it together, but some people have a larger calling and to guide and to lead, and they will definitely have a large entourage of spirit helpers that are helping them with a larger vision. So the average person has about six or seven, and then it can go all the way up to, like I said, a huge entourage. Some spiritual people you'll see, they'll walk in and the energy in the room just changes. That's indicative of having a huge entourage in the spirit world. Um, okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Do you have any questions for me? If you do, let me know. Oh, what is the spiritual significance of turtles? Oh, you know what? I would actually look at that. I literally would Google it because you'll have a whole bunch of different meanings depending on if it's Native American meaning or just a general spiritual meaning or if it's a personal meaning for you. If it's tied to any of your loved ones who passed, it could be one of your loved ones coming forward to give you a sign. If you're just simply looking at it as, one random turtle showed up, it might be more a message about taking things slow, but like winning the race, so that could be an alternate meaning. So it's going to be unique for each and every individual. Other times, if turtle shows up a lot in your life, it could simply mean that you wear your home on your back, that you might be more nomadic, and that's okay. You don't have to stay in one place and put down roots because you've got your back, you've got your shell on your back, and that's your home. So you just bring your home with you wherever you go, and that's a real comfort too. There's a lot more people accepting that now and embracing being more nomadic, and I think that's wonderful. But you definitely want to use your own discernment with that just to find out how it relates for you. And so sometimes if you just read the traits of like a turtle and how it's showing up in your life, is it a one time, is it all the time, or is it associated with a loved one? That's how you'll find the most significant meaning for yourself regarding turtle. All right. How can I connect with my spirit guides? Is there any way I can also sense it that they are trying to connect with me? Yeah. Hi, Kylie. Your spirit guides always want to connect with you, always. Gosh, the best thing is like just sitting alone, or like I said, a bathtub is really good for you to actually open up that line of communication with your spirit guides. Crystals can help. I always have crystals. I have one right here with me. It's a quartz crystal, and I love this for connecting with your spirit team, for your connecting with your ancestors in the spirit world, all your spirit guides, and just helping you with your own clairvoyance and intuition. So, a really nice quartz crystal will help you with that. Just kind of brings more clarity. That's what the crystals are known for. But you can literally go into any store and just go to whatever crystal you feel drawn to. My preference is quartz crystal, and they are really good for connecting with your spirit guides. Um, Another thing you could do is just simply, some people do random things like, okay, if I want to know my spirit guide's name, um, maybe, ask what their name is, pick up a book and ruffle through the pages and then stop on one page and start reading until you get to the name. That's one, it sounds very random, but I know people that do this and swear by it. Okay. I simply get my connection with the spirit world. I go up and get my connection and I ask and I hear it or feel it. So you can also do that. You can just raise your vibration. I use the method of theta healing. I get my connection with creator, ask for my spirit guides information, and then I receive it like a download. But if you don't have those skills yet, you can just go into meditation, you can pray, and then enter a space of receptivity. It's all about receiving. And when you do receive, you'll be kind of receiving it on the right side of your brain, because this is the part of your brain that gets activated when we channel and when we receive information. So that's why I say it's best to shut off the repetitive thoughts that are going through, like, I got to do this next. I got to do that. I'm mad at so and so. When's that person going to call me? Blah, blah, blah. If you can just shut it down, just shut it down for a few minutes. That's all it takes for you to get that real amazing connection with your spirit guide. Another thing is just walking in nature, being peaceful, being quiet. You will feel their presence around you. Um, yeah. I'm trying to think of other things that I can share that would be really easy for you. Um, Invite them. You invite them. I can feel spirit guides physically. So if you actually feel an energy come around you where your vibration speeds up, you could actually experience it a little bit like anxiety. If they come really close to your aura and you're not used to feeling their energy, it can like make your heart beat faster. You can feel a little bit of nervous energy. That's only because it's new and your body's identifying that a new energy has joined you. Okay. So if that's the case, it's not truly anxiety. That'll fade in just a minute or two. But that is a way that you could perceive your spirit guides stepping closer. And if it's an ancestor of yours, someone that you loved and lost, I always feel that in the heart chakra. I will actually, when they come close to me, I'll actually feel my heart open up more, and I may even get like spontaneous, just a couple tears come out, and I'll be like, oh, I wasn't even thinking about them. But suddenly when my heart opens and I get more emotional, my mind does immediately go to the person that I'm experiencing that emotion with. So that's another way to tell when they're coming close, if it's an actual loved one or if it's a spirit guide that's introducing themselves, if it's a new energy, you'll feel that. You'll feel the difference in vibration. Some people can actually feel the difference in temperature. Some will be warmer, some are icy cold. It's crazy. So if you suddenly feel like a lot of fluctuation in the temperatures around you, that could be another indication that you have some spirit guides trying to introduce themselves and let you become aware that they're there. Another thing that I thought of is, here we go. Okay, can you have more than one spirit guide or different ones at different times? Definitely. Hey, hi, Renee. Yes, we all have multiple spirit guides. So you can have, I was just saying, or just a little bit earlier, we have like between 6 and 7 spirit guides, but they transition in and out of our life. Some will be with us pretty much through the duration. It's a soul contract. They're going to just be with you and guide you and help you on your life path. But every time you reach a different initiation, a different level in your life, a different spiritual awareness, or go through a dark night of the soul, you'll have a transition. You'll have a new team come in or new specific guides to help you through that event or timeline in your life. So I think that's wonderful. And, if you've been feeling like I've been going through it and I'm not sure if I have new spirit guides, you can actually ask, okay, listen, maybe I tuned out for a bit, but I'd like to know who stepped in with me because I know I have some new guides. But you'll often know more subtly because you'll notice some thought patterns changing with yourself, and you'll notice you want to go different places or maybe be around new people. You may even want to change the way you look, the way you dress. There's something new about your energy. This would also indicate that you've been subconsciously connecting with your spirit guide team, and they've been influencing you and showing you and ushering you into this new energy. Another way that you can simply connect with your spirit guide team is to do automatic writing. And many people don't normally do this, but this is just where you may have a pad of paper and a pen, and you can listen to music. You can just sit around and write. You can listen to YouTube videos and just sketch and start doodling and start making shapes and just kind of let it go without thinking about it. And before you know it, you'll be sketching faces or writing names. It'll just come through you. Again, it's because you're not pushing to get it. You're being receptive. You're just moving your hand and not pushing the issue, but being open to it coming through. A lot of people get wonderful information about their spirit guides this way. And if you suddenly feel called to a certain era or a certain location in the world or a certain type of food, sometimes that's one of your spirit guides causing you to be more influenced in that area. So if that kind of change has occurred for you, then that would also show you that, oh, maybe I just have a new guide that all of a sudden I'm craving Thai food or something like that. Maybe you just got a spirit guide you know, that's leading you in that direction, that's from that part of the country or that part of the world. So pay attention to those kind of subtle changes as well. um, I also like to teach people how to scry. If you do some scrying, you can actually sometimes see your spirit guides. So okay, any more questions? I think I just saw one pop up. There we go. Can a spirit guide be an animal that you once had? um oh, I don't know how to say your name. What a pretty name. Arazana, Arizona, I think. It's very pretty. Okay, so yes. So here is the thing with our spirit guide animals. A little bit different than spirit guides because they're not going to be an animal totem. However, the pets that you love and lost are with you all the time. So it's kind of like a spirit guide in that they're always with you. They truly, truly are. I can't tell you how many times that I've been doing a mediumship reading for somebody that lost a pet, and suddenly it's their pet from childhood that shows up. And you know what I mean? And they'll come in with the other pet that they more recently lost. So your pets never, ever, ever leave you. The love that you have for your pet between the two of you, it's a soul contract. And so many of them are actual soulmate pets. So your pets stay with you in the afterlife. And yes, you can connect with them. I teach people all the time, the same techniques for connecting with your spirit guides. You would use those for your loved ones, for your pets in heaven, all of that. So you could actually, put out some special things, like if you have your pet's collar or picture of your pet, light a candle, sit quietly and ask, I know you're with me. Show me a sign. Can you send me a noise, a smell, or let me hear your name in a crowd so I know you're with me? Or let me feel you rub on my leg or snuggle with me at night. You can ask them to connect with you and to let you know that they're there. They're always there anyway. So they want you to know. They want you to know that how much they love you. that you're not alone, all of that. And if more people knew that, it would really, really help us with that grief process because it's so hard to lose the physical connection we have with people, but the spiritual connection, the emotional connection, it's all there. But energetically, they really haven't gone anywhere. Just their physical body has. So try some of these techniques and see how those work for you. Also, your pet in the spirit world, they'll lead you to your next new pet. So, when we've had a loss, sometimes we feel guilty about adopting a new pet, but your pet in heaven will actually guide you to exactly the right one that you should get. So ask for that help. All right. Okay. Hey, Jenna. Okay. You spoke about having a large purpose, huge soul path or purpose with having several guides around you. Are you able to provide a couple examples of what a large purpose looks like for those kind of people? Absolutely. That's a great question, Jenna. Um, so I mean everyone's role is important and everyone is we all have a divine reason for being here, so I don't want to take away that, but some people have a smaller calling in terms of they want to do one particular goal with their purpose and their life energy and what they want to leave behind, while others may have more of a global purpose. Let's say they want to lead people, they really want to have a large influence, or they want to aff- affect more minds and hearts in more of a public way. In that kind of a calling, they will gather and collect more spirit guides to help them. So if it's more of a private venture, those types of people have about 6 to 7 spirit guides, about average, and coming and going, shifting. um, but I think it's more people that take that front stage, people that really put themselves out there in a big way, or are willing to expose themselves publicly to help shift consciousness, or to be a public figure, or affect the masses. Those are the people that will get more and more along the way, and sometimes it's accumulative. Sometimes they start off with just 6 or 7, but as they choose and affirm that path, more and more guides will come in to work with them. So it doesn't mean that if you're young and you only have a few guides, it doesn't mean that you couldn't reach that level. As you choose it and as you affirm that you still want it because you have free will, you will continue to get more and more attracted to you that will help you fulfill that purpose. So I hope that answers your question. Okay. Are there any more questions? Okay. Can you have a guide from a person who was in your past life? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Those types of guides that we've had in past lifetimes, there's a soul contract. And if they chose not to incarnate and come into your life in a physical form, they've chosen to be a spirit guide. So there's still that deep, deep, soulful love, part of your soul family. And they're going to always be with you in one way or another, either in the spirit to guide you, or in the physical where you'll meet them again, either as part of your family, friend group, part of the colleagues that you work with, or whatever. But we do have soul families, and those soul families, they're very dedicated. We contract to work together because we wouldn't be able to measure our growth if we were always around new people. So as we stretch ourselves to grow spiritually and we get our lessons, which means not just learning, but opening our heart and really learning how to live with our heart, and forgiving and owning it and taking accountability, those are things that help us move up spiritually and vibrationally. They also set in big life pattern shifts because we don't need to return to those old patterns anymore. So those are good ways to step up. But yeah, being around those same people, those same energies, I should say, they help us because they might show us, hey, remember we had this pattern in a past life and you're still on it. They might be urging you to like really shift a pattern that you've been stuck in for a few lifetimes. And if we allow them to help and assist us through that life change and through that soul growth, then they fulfilled their contract. I mean, for sure. But also, what a great expression of love. They don't give up on you, and we don't give up on them. So our bonds of love are eternal. So whether they come from a past life, or it's an ancestor from this lifetime, or a pet, or a spirit guide from another time and place that just came in because of a similar life purpose, it's all based on love. It's all based on our evolution as a soul, us getting to the next level. Because as each individual gets to the next level, guess what? Group consciousness gets to the next level. We all raise our vibration. We all evolve, and that's amazing. That's what the whole point is. So, are there any other questions? Oh, hi, Mary. Hi, I would like to know how to get into my gifts. Sometimes I hear and sometimes I see spirits. Wonderful. Mary, I have a YouTube channel and I have the hundreds of videos on there to help people do some meditations. I actually have some videos to help people develop their spiritual sight. If you want to see spirits and see more spiritually, help you see auras. All my videos on my YouTube channel are free, by the way. So please check that out. Just go to YouTube, and then my channel name is my own name. So Diana Palm, DianaPalm, like the palm tree. So yeah, just go to my YouTube channel, and I have all kinds of videos that will really help you understand the afterlife, the spirit world, spirit guides, our loved ones, our pets in heaven. I've got meditations. I've got some videos to help you develop as well. And if any of you are more interested in actually taking a course on my website, I have an online mediumship course. It's called Master Your Mediumship, and it's wonderful. My students have loved it. So you can go to www.dianapalm.com and go to Master Your Mediumship to find that online course. And that will actually get you certified and lead you through a lot of exercises that really were the most profound for me as a developing medium when I was younger. Okay. Thank you. Um, so yeah, do we have any more questions? Yeah, I want to remind you that all my YouTube videos, they're free. I've been putting so much content out there in the spirit world. That is the area I love. I love our spirit guides. I love working with our ancestors in spirit, and I'm just so blown away by how dedicated they are to us. I mean, truly, you guys, you are never, ever, ever alone. You have so much love around you. When we don't feel it, it's just kind of like we're kind of cutting ourselves off, and maybe it's doubt and disbelief, or maybe we're just feeling heavy emotions and that's blocking us. But if you lift those energies, just getting into a place of peace will help you. Then you'll realize how much love is really, really around you, and how divine you are, how connected you are, and how supported you are. So yeah, spend a little time out in nature, meditating, just be at ease, be receptive, and allow those loved ones and spirit guides to come in and connect with you, and really feel that connection so that you know how much you're loved and supported. Okay. Is that it? Do we have any more questions? All right. I think that's it, you guys. I'm just going to check my notes. Um, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, be sure that you check out my YouTube for free information. If you actually want to become a medium, work on your own mediumship abilities so you can connect with spirit guides, ancestors, loved ones. And even if you want to develop to work professionally with other people as clients, or move into the paranormal rescue mediumship work, go to my website at www.dianapalm.com. Go to online courses, and then you'll see what kind of courses that I teach online. And my students love my mediumship ones. They really do. So I also have some books on Amazon. The book links will also be on my website. So check those out. If you're really interested in the spirit world, I've got books for you. I have several published books. I've got a couple by Llewellyn and a couple that are up on Amazon, but they're all available online. You can see those books on my website, all about the spirit world, how to connect, how to cross over ghosts, how to discern spirits, all of that beautiful information. And also, how to shift your energy when you're going through grief. So, yeah, be sure to check out my books on my website or on Amazon. And of course, I'm always available on Facebook and Instagram. So follow me wherever you are. I'm really happy to connect with you. And I also want to thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time. And my intention was to help uplift you and to let you know that you're not alone and your spirit guide team is around you, and to give you some simple tools and tips to connect with them so that you know that. So thanks, you guys. I really appreciate you being here.